Hi everyone, today we are going to be doing a sit down video as I wanted to share with you 10 toddler activities that I've really been enjoying using with my students. I'm not yet a parent, however I work as a one-on-one teacher in Russia and I work with really young children, so I have kids from the age of 9 months old to around 3 years old. So my students are very young and I just play with them and have to come up with really fun activities that they can learn through because my classes are 2 hours long and I need to make sure to compact as much education in those 2 hours, but also making it fun as well because kids learn through like doing fun activities and playing. So that's what today is going to be. I've put together a kind of curriculum for these activities in case you want to know or want to focus on a specific topic in your kids' learning. So those will be numbers, prepositions, this means on, under, next to, over, that kind of thing, as well as vocabulary. So I've got body parts, animals, food, and so much more. There is going to be a lot covered in these activities. The first activity is the one that takes the longest to set up. So I wanted to include this first because it takes the longest to set up, and maybe you can do this activity while listening to the other activities because the other activities only take 5 minutes. And that activity is these lovely shapes made of cardboard, and this one takes around 20 minutes to set up, by the way, just because there's a lot of cutting involved. This activity is great, especially this time of year when you probably have a lot of boxes and packages arriving and you don't know what to do with all this extra cardboard. That's what happened to me. I just had loads of cardboard and boxes on my balcony and I was trying to find activities to use the cardboard with, and that's when I came across these. So all you need to do is cut out these shapes from the cardboard. So I cut out a rectangle, square, circle and triangle. Obviously you can cut out maybe different shapes as well, like hearts and stuff like that, stars and more if you want to, but I just decided to stick to the 4 main ones because my kids are still learning shapes. And then you need to cut out the slot, which will be the mouth. You need to make sure that they're big enough to fit the shape through, and then you can just outline it. If you want to, you can paint it, but because I knew I was using them with the baby, if the baby decides to put the shapes in his mouth, he'll end up with paint in his mouth, which I don't have non-toxic paint at the moment, so I really steer away from using paint with activities I use with the baby. So that's the reason I only outlined it like this around the outside and around the mouth. And then I started making the cute little shapes to slot through the mouth. You can colour the smaller shapes whatever colour you want. I didn't aim to match them with the bigger shapes because I want to do other activities to do with colours and I just wanted to focus this on shapes. I didn't want to distract them with the colours, so that's why I did them random colours. Then the last step is just to stick the googly eyes on. I actually did kind of a cute thing, which was I put like one big eye and one small eye. I like to just add these small details because it's like a point of discussion with the kid. I like doing little things where I can talk to him about it, like point things out, so it increases his vocabulary. So I'm like, wow, look, did you notice? There's a big eye and a small eye. Can you point to the big eye? And if he doesn't understand, I kind of move his hand to show me which one is which because my kid knows the difference between big and small now. By the way, a quick tip on how to do this is I did something really silly, which was I was like, big, small. And he thought it was really funny, and now he always does that. Whenever he says big and small, he always does these kind of voices. So yeah, now he knows the difference and I asked him which one is which. And that's basically it for the game. You don't need to like add any backing to it. You can just put it against the wall, put it against your sofa, wherever you want to do it. And then, yeah, just slot them through. I say, oh, is this the square? Is this the square? No, it's a circle. Where's the square? Is this the square? Yes, it is. Can you put it in its mouth? Feed the square. Feed the square. Yum, yum, yum. The square thinks it's yummy. It's so delicious. Do you want to eat it too?
Ugh,
yummy. It's not yummy for you, but it's yummy for this big square. Something like that, that's how I would play with this activity specifically. And with the baby, I would usually do something like this, like, oh, square! Take the square, take it in your hand, take it. And then they would take it, and then I'd say, oh, feed, feed, feed. Oh, good job, push, push with your finger, push, push, push. Your turn, push, push, push. Activity number 2, and actually the rest of the activities, you can't do with a baby. So I won't be adding any other commentary to do with a baby, only toddlers from now on, I promise. So for activity number 2, you're going to need this mat, this wipeable mat. I really like this wipeable mat. I use it all the time for my toddler because it works so well. So at the back it just looks like this. You can't really do anything with the back, but on the front it has this kind of whiteboard soft material. Just beware, if you put it on the floor it becomes very slippy, obviously, and if your toddler loves running around like mine does, he'll probably end up slipping on it, so just be cautious with that when you're putting it on the floor. Maybe tape it down or something like that. Another great thing about this mat, I won't ramble on too much about it, is that it's really easy to transport. So if you're going in a car for a few hours, if you're going on a plane, you can easily just slip this in. It's quite thin as well, and pack it with their other toys that you want to bring while you're traveling, which is really great. I'll put links of stuff I talk about in the description. There'll probably be affiliate links. That just means that I make a little bit of money every time someone purchases off it, but obviously these are real activities that I've used, so yeah, do check those links out if you're interested in buying something similar to this. I don't know if I can actually link this specific one because I did just buy it at like a small store down the road in Russia, so yeah, I'll try to find a similar one down below. Then you're going to need to print off 2 sheets of printables. You can do this about any subject, but today we're going to focus on weather because it's something my toddler is struggling with at the moment. But I'm doing a lot of repetition with him to teach him weather. So yeah, I've just printed off these 2 sheets of printables with the drawings of weather on. Then I cut them out and stuck them on here with some tape. I just folded it round to kind of make it double-sided tape. If you have double-sided tape already, just use that, much easier, but I don't have any, so I just roll the tape around to make DIY double-sided tape. And I do 2 of each because this game is basically a matching game. And first of all, I may ask him, where's the sun? Can you circle the 2 suns? And I give him the pen. This pack comes with 3 pens that obviously you can remove quite easily. And then he has to circle the sun. If he's struggling because it's vocabulary he's not really comfortable or he's strong with, I do point out the first one to him. So I say, oh look, there's the sun. And maybe if he's still struggling, I'll use the other pen to circle it myself. And then I'll ask him, where's the other sun? Where's the second sun? And you see you're adding these words beforehand that is kind of new to them, but you're showing them the context of how to use the word other or how to use the word second or first. So it's a nice way to learn those little words beforehand. And yeah, then they'll try to find the second sun and circle it. And then you do the same for the rest of the weather, for the rain, for the wind, for the storm, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's that activity. Super fun. As I said before, you can do this with loads of other topics such as cars, because I teach just boys. So that was the first activity that I did with them with this mat. I asked him to circle the cars and the different types of cars, like cars, trucks, aeroplanes, boats, that kind of thing. And yeah, it was a huge success, so I definitely recommend trying this one out. The next educational activity is a really, really simple one to set up. Literally will take no time at all. And the only thing you're gonna need is Post-it notes. So here I've only got purple, pink and blue left. But obviously this came with way more than just these 3 colours. Try to get ones with like prime colours like red, yellow, blue, that kind of thing, because these are kind of the essential colours to know at first. And then what you're going to need to do is show the kid, ask them to peel off maybe a Post-it note and show them it's sticky. Oh, look, it's sticky, it's sticking to you. Oh, where's the Post-it note? It's on my head. Ah, can you peel it off my head? Where is it? It's on my shoulder. that's the first way I'd introduce these post-it notes because it's quite fun. Just review like parts of the body if they don't know it already. And then you can run around the room. You're going to need a lot of energy for this game to make them excited about it, because if you just go stick, stick, they're not going to be interested. So you've got to run around the room and be like, oh, look, I'm going to stick it up there. Oh, where's the purple? Where's purple? Can you find the purple? Take it, take it. Oh, good job, give it to me. So we're basically playing hide and seek with colours, which is super fun. And you kind of just do it on the go. So when they're trying to find the purple, you hide red and green and blue, you know? So there's like loads being hidden while they're finding a different colour. And then, yeah, just ask them to give you that colour. And then, oh, thank you for the purple. Now, can you find red? Oh, where's red? And then they have to go around the room to find the colour red. And then if they try to pick up the wrong colour, say, oh no, that's yellow, or whatever colour it is. Can you find red? Red, red like this, red. Where is it? I think it's over there. And if they're still struggling, you can kind of walk towards there and go, oh, I'm really close to it. I think it's here. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, and pick it up and give it to you. So that's the game of Post-it hide and seek. Now, for all those toddlers out there that love getting given presents, activity number 4 is perfect for them. And we're actually going to be making mini presents with different objects. So I usually do this with animals because it's an object that I have a lot of. I have a lot of small animals like this horse. So what I do is I just get, for example, this horse, and I get a bit of tissue paper, and this isn't big enough, by the way, and I just wrap it around so it's actually hidden, you can't see the head. And I just wrap it around, wrap the tissue paper around the animal, and I get some tape and then I stick it so the paper doesn't come out. You can also use actual wrapping paper if you want as well. If you have extra wrapping paper after Christmas wrapping, then just use that. You just need little scraps of things anyway. Like, look how messy this looks. It doesn't matter, it's a toddler, he's not gonna care. So yeah, just wrap it around, tape it around, and then give them like 20 presents and ask them to unwrap it. And then ask them, what is it? So your kid will unwrap it and be like, oh, wow, what is it? It's a horse, good job. What sound does a horse make? Neigh! Yeah, good job, it goes neigh. And then you just replicate it with all the other presents. Quite easy and very easy to set up and quick to set up as well, so I think you're gonna love this one. Promise I wouldn't mention babies again, but I think this is the only other one that you can actually do with a baby. It might not be the most interesting thing, but it is something that a baby can do as well as a toddler. So all you're gonna need is a Ziploc bag like this. Try to get one without a print on it. Like, I hate that there's a print on it, but these are the only ones that they like sell in Moscow, I think. They're the only ones I came across, so I just bought it anyway. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to draw a shark. I don't know if the camera picks it up well, but I've drawn a shark here, just like this, with an open mouth. And then, because I have this game of like a fishing game, I have these like mini fish like this. They're like 3D and they have their mouths open. It doesn't matter if they have their mouths open, but you kind of want like a 3D fish, well, many 3D fishes. And then you're going to give your kid this Ziploc bag, make sure it's closed, and say, can you feed the shark? It's really hungry and it wants to eat the fish. Can you push the fish into the mouth? See, the baby can do this too because the baby can push, and you have to push the fish into the shark's mouth. Yum, 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 so tasty. Shark, look at the shark's teeth. These are just things I would point out. Just discuss about the shark and how many fish it wants. Does the shark want 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish? And look, there's even a turtle as well. So you could do something like that. I find this game doesn't take too long to do. The kids only interested in it for a few minutes, but it's something that you can just have with your other toys, pick up once in a while with your kids. So still interesting, something to do. Activity number 6 is printables. And I should say activities plural because there are so many printables that you can do. If you haven't started doing printables, now is your time to start because they are so great. And I recently invested in a printer and it was the best investment I could ever make for my classes because, yeah, printables are great. And by the way, I'm not talking about colouring sheets, I'm talking about educational printables. And I recently did a blog post about my favourite printables and I'm going to put that blog post in the description because if you don't know already, I run a blog and I've actually only recently started it, but I really want to focus my blog on toddler activities and this type of thing. So make sure you subscribe to my blog and this YouTube channel too if you want to see more toddler activities, and maybe I'll do some activities for older kids too in the future if I ever teach some older kids. Activity number 7 is similar to the post-it note game, however we're not playing it with colours, we are playing hide and seek with different objects. For example, food. So you can say, I like bananas, and then quickly run around the room and hide it. Did you see that? Where did the banana go? Where's the banana? Come on, let's find the banana. And then you can play hide and seek with objects. Obviously, you know, you can play hide and seek with each other, but this is a way to learn new vocabulary. You can buy new toys, like maybe food objects and stuff like that to learn different words. So yeah, play hide and seek with your toys as well. The next activity is the best activity in my opinion to teach how to count, because this is the activity that my toddler did by accident on my first lesson with him, on my first trial class, and he learned how to count to 10 in the first class, which was insane to me. He just turned 2 and he already learned how to count to 10, which I thought was very impressive because his first language is Russian and he was just learning English for the first 2 hours and he learned how to count. So this is how you do it. You get a box, so another game to use your boxes up. So I'd recommend something smaller than this, but this is the only box I had left from all of these activities. And then just get some objects around your house. Get a banana, an apple, a horse, anything. It can be anything, maybe even some shapes. Got these really fun 3D shapes, just throw them in too. And then, shake it about, and then we're gonna start counting. Every time you throw up, you're gonna count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like this, and you just repeat this over and over and over again. Obviously you're not the one that's going to be throwing and catching it, your toddler is, but yeah, it's just a throw and catch game with objects. And because there's so many things bouncing, it's kind of like a challenge, it's fun, there's a bit of rhythm to it because kids learn through rhythm and songs. And that is how you're going to teach your toddler to count in a very, very, very easy way. Activity number 9, we're almost at the end, is a game I actually bought. I'm going to be linking a similar one in the description. Once again, it'll be an affiliate link and stuff. But this is a really fun one because it teaches animals and it teaches the kid where the animals live. So we have the animals, and with this game you have to actually add the Velcro to the back yourself, which was a little bit time consuming, but obviously once you do it once, you don't need to do it again. So we have lots of animals, for example, like a cockerel, a chicken, a horse, etc, etc. And then we have different kind of landscapes as well. So we have like a farm, we have bird cages, we have 2 bird cages, and we have a house too, or a bedroom. Decide which words you want to use for it. If you're going to stick to house, stick to house. If you're going to stick to bedroom, stick to bedroom. Just be a bit consistent with the words with this game, I'd say. And then you just need to match up the animals to where they live. So you can say, where do you live? Do you live in a bird cage? Do you live in a bedroom? Yeah, you live in the bedroom. What do you like doing in your bedroom? Do you like sitting on the chair? This is how you can add additional things to this game. But yeah, it's a fun one. Quite easy to set up, obviously. But there you go. I'll link it in the description. Activity number 10, and the last activity today, is also on cardboard. Are you surprised at this point? I have so much of it. And this activity is great for the kids that love cooking, but you don't want to pick up the mess today. So we're going to be doing some cooking without the mess. So I've written some recipes on this cardboard. As you can see, I wrote recipes. I'd recommend doing the rest in pen too, but I don't know why I decided to do pencil. I thought I was going to make a mistake. But anyway, here's how you write a recipe for a toddler. So I drew a bowl with an arrow and put 1 orange plus 1 strawberry plus 1 bunch of grapes equals fruit salad. And the one at the bottom is for a soup recipe. So you're going to need a saucepan. I've got lots of saucepans here. With an arrow, then 4 onions plus 1 potato plus half a garlic equals soup. So I thought it's quite fun, and I have lots of fruits and vegetables that you can cut up. So as you can see, they come apart with Velcro, which I absolutely love. My kids love this. And it even comes with a chopping board and a knife too, if I can find it. I don't know where my knife is. This is like an eating knife, so this isn't the right knife. But anyway, let's use this one for now. So what I would do is I'd look at the recipe and say, oh, let's make fruit salad. Or I'd ask the toddler, what would you like to make? Fruit salad, salad, or soup? And then they'd answer, and then we'd follow it. So, ooh, we need half a watermelon. Can you cut the watermelon? Can you find it? So they'd have to find it. Watermelon! And now they've got to cut it. And ta-da! Half a watermelon. Oh, the half of the watermelon needs to go in the saucepan. Very good. You can even add some water because obviously these toys are plastic, so I think they would be fine with water. Add a little bit of water if it's like soup or something. I don't know, just have fun with it. It's like a fun recipe, acting activity. I really like it, so do the kids as well. So those are all of the toddler activities that I have for you today. This is less than what I bring to 1-2 hour class, so I make a lot of activities. I use Pinterest as a huge inspiration. I'm always on Pinterest pinning different kids activities. So if you want to find me on Pinterest, you can go to the link in my description to follow me on there. I also pin like every single recipe I make as well for lunch, dinner, breakfast. Everything is on Pinterest. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to my blog, do so, because as I said, the printables will be there. Subscribe to this channel to see more of this type of content. If you want to see more of these types of videos, do let me know in the comment section, because I love chatting about all things kids education and toddler games and all that type of stuff. I love it. I'm mostly like so happy. So I hope you find these activities helpful, and yeah, that's really it. So I will see you next week for another video. Bye.